For a brief discussion on a total compliance solution called Compliance Basics Plus. Insurance brokers are faced with helping employers with 4 key challenges. And as brokers for StoneHill National, you have this service available to you at some preferred discount rates. And I'm going to walk through some of those problems that you're faced with now. The first problem is the need to be able to pass a DOL ERISA audit. The Department of Labor is tasked with auditing all group plans regardless of size by 2018. Your audit could be next week or 3 years from now for your clients. A few months ago, we had a 15-person company that was audited. Fines could be as high as $110 per day per benefit plan for noncompliance, $1,000 a day, or $500,000 total. This is a high-level view of what a DOL auditor looks for. We're happy to provide you with an actual audit letter upon request. But the Department of Labor, they look for, one of the first things they ask for is summary plan descriptions for each health and welfare benefit plan, medical, dental, life, disability, or an SPD wrap document. Employee notices, they're looking for various notices, and I'll go through more details on the types of ones they're looking for, as well as 5,500 reports, especially for those, well, it's only required for those with 100 or more participants. And they're also looking for various evidence that the PACA compliance has been implemented as well. The next challenge for employers is getting out all the employee notification requirements to plan participants. Employers can't assume that insurance providers are taking care of the notices. Most organizations are pretty good at getting out the COBRA and the summary of benefits and coverage, but everything else in between is kind of hit and miss, and most of the notices are just not going out. The third challenge is keeping current with the ever-changing employment laws and requirements. Every month there's new federal and state changes that are taking place. It's difficult to keep compliant if they don't know what's required. The final challenge is being compliant with the privacy provisions of HIPAA. Employers are not adequately securing their PHI, their employees' protected health information. Well, Compliance Basics Plus is designed to address these challenges and more, creating peace of mind and making compliance manageable. The first thing the service does is keep employers informed by telling them what they need to know and do every month. Employers are provided with a legal update once a month with due date reminders, employer actions, state and federal changes. Here's an example of one of our legal updates. The first thing we do is summarize important due dates and employer actions at the top. And we include your business logo for any clients that are set up on the service through you. Well, next we cover critical federal compliance changes for all employment laws such as the Affordable Care Act, Fair Labor Standards Act, and so on. The legal update also provides state-by-state changes. Employers can double-click any highlighted states to see important changes in states where they have employees. Once a month, we also provide a best practice article that tells how to implement various compliance, HR, or leader best practices. For example, we may cover how to set up a wellness plan, or we may cover some compliance topic like how to implement the new ACA employer reporting requirements, which we did last month. Here's an example of the best practice bulletin we wrote on how to pass an ERISA audit. The next important solution provided is assistance with employee notification requirements. The service provides a web-based tool that allows either the client or the broker to answer basic questions about the organization and their benefits that drive which notices apply. Once the questions are answered, our system pulls in all notices shown in this bracket that apply to them, populates the notice, anything that requires company-specific information, like the Medicare Part D, and then it emails it to them in a ready-to-deliver format. A critical part of the Compliance Basics service is the SPD wrap service that allows employers or you, the broker, to easily log into the system, answer simple questions to create, store, and update the SPD wrap documents. Once information is entered, you simply press a button to generate your SPD wrap document. Is then emailed to either your client or to you, the broker, with instructions on what to include with it and how to send it out from there. If you have questions or need customization assistance, you simply call to speak with our ERISA specialist. We also offer an option to add in a 125 premium only plan document, or POP document. This, of course, is a service that's required to allow employees to participate in eligible plans on a pre-tax basis. Our service includes the required documents as well as providing the tool to complete required discrimination testing. Now, if your clients have an existing POP document that's older than 2014, it's out of date. There were several important needed amendments to this document in 2014. I'm going to log into the system now, and I'll show you how the tools work. So if you go into our website at hrserviceinc.com, now when your clients are set up, if they're set up through you, they'll be assigned a username and password. If they set up themselves on their own, they would just go into Get Started Now and then join the service and create their own username and password. Then they would log into the system. Once logged in, you'll notice they have a various drop-down options where they can perform many of the web-based services or access the tools. So for example, we talked about the all-in-one notice or the health exchange notice. They can go into the employee notices, employee notice report, enter and answer basic questions about their company and about their medical plan that drive the notices that apply and also help populate the notices. So once I'm inside of here, I can come down here and generate this all-in-one notice that goes to participants, or I generate the health exchange notice that goes to all new hires, actually all new hires, not just participants in a plan. Well, some of the other things that's available in here, they can access all of our past legal updates or search by legal topics. They have access to all new hire forms and documents. They get access to all of our past best practice articles. So for example, I mentioned the employer reporting requirements. They can access the article there telling them how to do this. Each year we also provide each of your clients with a compliance calendar so they know for the full year what important dates are there and what are their actions. Of course, they have the SPD wrap document, and that's one of the most critical parts of this service, and they can access this themselves. You also have access to this. We set you up where you can see all of your clients, and I'll show you an example of that in a moment. Within the SPD wrap document service, anywhere it's all web-based, the client's information is stored in here, and this is where they create and run their document. So they just simply answer the various questions in here for the benefits that apply. And they cover such things as eligibility. They cover what happens to their plan upon termination. Other simple questions about their setup for their organization and their benefit plans, and then some details on each of the benefit plans. So in essence, what a wrap document is doing is pulling in the missing insurance company information to create one overall plan document and SPD for all of their health and welfare benefit plans, medical, dental, life, etc. So once they're complete, they select Generate SPD wrap document, and the document is sent to whoever they indicated in here. It could either go directly to the client, to the broker, or to both. And then it goes to them again with instructions on what to include and how to send it out from there. Now, the service also includes the ability to run a summary of material modification. And as you're aware, anytime there's a change in a plan, from year to year, you have to communicate those changes to the plans through a summary of material modification. This makes it a really easy way to create that process. So you indicate which benefit it is, explain the change or attach the document, indicate the date, and then which type of material modification it is, and then it generates the modification. Stores it here, so they've got the history of those modifications, but it creates a document that communicates with the SPD wrap document, and then it sends out a notice that can be delivered out to participants in the plan. So it makes it really easy to take care of that service. You can access their POP document. They have access to a HIPAA toolkit where they can go in and understand what are the requirements for HIPAA, what are the steps to create a program, and then it gives them all the forms and documents and templates, everything they need to create that full program. Now, I mentioned as a broker, you have access, you have back-end access to where you could go in and see all of your clients. And you can go in and let's say you wanted to run that all-in-one notice, or you wanted to help with their health exchange notice, you would just click that Edit Review Employee Notice document, and it would take you in for that specific client. You could also Do the same for SPD wraps, for POP documents, or the summary material modifications. All of those have features there that's accessible for you to assist with as well. Now, our service can be set up either to go through you as the broker, with rates being, with the invoicing to you, or we can invoice directly to the client or have them sign up online. These rates here are the special broker rates that apply when invoicing goes through you. So you could either pay on behalf of the client, or you could charge your clients some sort of a fee for the service. We talked mainly about the Compliance Basics Plus SPD wrap service. So as you can see here, the investment for this service is $15 a month per company based on the number of clients you have assigned. So when you have less than 20 clients with us, it's $15 a month per company. At whatever point you cross the next threshold based on the number of clients assigned, so you get where you have 21 to 49, for example, then your rate goes down to $13 a month per company. Now, again, this is the Compliance Basics Plus SPD wrap service. If you want to add in the POP service as well, it just adds another $3 a month per company. Now, you can stop any of these services you want for a client after 1 year. So if you don't want to continue the POP service or the wrap service or any of those, you can just let us know. Most continue it because it's nice to have one place stop where they can manage all of these important documents, and someone like us is keeping everything current and accurate for your clients. Now, clients as well, if you preferred, you could just refer clients over for them to purchase the service on their own. So they can do that by by actually just joining right online. And these are the rates for clients if they pay direct. We'll provide your clients with an additional 5% off. Just to show you what that looks like for a client to join on their own, if they go back to our home page at hrserviceinc.com, clients would select Get Started Now, select which service they wanted. So if they wanted Compliance Basics Plus SPD wrap, they would just click that box and then say Next. They would create a username and password and then enter in your partner key. And we would have you set up your partner key by going into Partner Affiliate Options, and then in here you would register as a partner, create a username and password that you want to log into the system with, and then that would provide that 4-digit partner key that you would give to your clients when signing up for the service. That helps connect you to your clients so you could go in and assist with documents if desired, and it also gives your clients another 5% off. Well, thank you very much for looking at our service here today. Please call or email to discuss next steps. We'd love to talk with you and see how we could help you and your clients keep compliant and be ready for these important audits. You can call me at 801-685-8400, extension 0, or you can email at info@hrserviceinc.com. Thank you.